Yo, welcome to Real Reviews, where we take a look at major Hollywood releases and let you know if they're worth your time, money, and patience. I'm your host, Walter Bernasiak, and today we're reviewing the critical and commercial knockout, as well as the 7th installment in the Rocky franchise, Creed. Adonis Johnson, Michael B. Jordan, never knew his famous father, boxing champion Apollo Creed, who died before Adonis was born. However, boxing is in his blood, so he seeks out Rocky Balboa, Sylvester Stallone, and asks the retired champ to be his trainer. Rocky sees much of Apollo in Adonis and agrees to mentor him, even as he battles an opponent deadlier than any in the ring. With Rocky's help, Adonis soon gets a title shot, but whether he has the true heart of a fighter remains to be seen. I loved Creed. As some of you know, I'm a huge Rocky fan. It's just about my favorite anything. I could sit here and tell you stories for a long time about how I got into this franchise and how I grew up with it and how it's impacted my life, but I won't do that now, maybe sometime in the near future. Right now, I'm going to talk to you about how much of a victory Creed is on so many different levels. This is an original story from the new director Ryan Coogler. It's a stroke of genius and a brilliant way to reinvigorate the Rocky films for possibly more quality installments. Having Rocky as a supporting character here is the main reason why Creed works so well, in my opinion. Stallone has said it himself. Rocky's story has basically been told, with 2006's Rocky Balboa being the intended final chapter in the saga. We know Rocky as well as any character in cinematic history at this point. With all that weight behind him, Rocky's interactions with Adonis make for some intense and moving scenes. Their relationship is the heart and soul of Creed, while the chemistry between Stallone and Jordan create a believable teacher-student bond. Stallone is actually getting award buzz for this performance. Think about that. A character he created 40 years ago is possibly getting nominated now. Talk about staying power. Michael B. Jordan as the illegitimate son of Apollo Creed turns in a great performance as the lead. Seeing things from his perspective gave a fresh outlook on Rocky's past and the world he inhabits. Jordan shines in the ring as well as in some emotional scenes he shares with Rocky. Really good work from the 28-year-old here. Tessa Thompson as Adonis' love interest, Bianca, also portrays an intriguing character. She has her own career going when she meets Donnie and has her own baggage when we first see her. This adds to her depth as she feels more like a real person. I will admit I was not a fan of the music she was shown to be making in the film, but that's not a knock against Thompson's performance. Felicia Rashad as Apollo's widow, Marianne Creed, was so good that I really wanted more of her in the movie. That's just about enough to slightly satisfy in there, but I think an extra scene with her and Adonis would have been very cool to see. Pretty Ricky Conlon was our main villain of the picture, played by real-life boxer Tony Bellew. He's one of, if not the least developed antagonists in the Rocky movies, but honestly, he didn't need to be all that interesting. They did give him a fair amount of backstory that gave his character some nice motivation, and that's really all we need. This story didn't need a big flashy villain. We're more concerned with Adonis and Rocky's friendship and their growth as characters. I want to make sure we highlight that fight scene in the middle of the movie. Amazingly, it's all done in one shot. It's spectacular to behold. This is no simple task, as 13 takes were done of this one shot. Even the slightest problem would make the entire scene unusable. Huge respect goes out to everyone involved in the creation and execution of that scene. Impressive is an understatement. Coogler, Stallone, Jordan, and everyone who comprised the team that made this movie live up to the potential of its concept deserves all the credit in the world. It's a great movie and a more than worthy addition to the Rocky legacy. Its different but similar take on this series make it special, and the performances hold the movie together. This is without a doubt one of the better Rocky movies. As a Rocky fan, I want to say thank you to the cast, crew, and everybody who made Creed what it is. You guys really made something special. Do I want a sequel? Only if as much time and effort is put into it as this one. In the meantime, I'll be rewatching this. It's hard to rate this film. I'd probably go with a 9, but I'm biased, so I have to give Creed a 10 out of 10. What'd you expect? Okay, I just wanted to say here that this is the last regular edition of Real Reviews that I'm going to be doing. This show is unfortunately coming to an end. Want to thank everybody who's been watching me here. Sometimes we get a lot of views, sometimes we get not so many views, but if you've stuck with me here. I really appreciate it. We do have a few more videos coming soon. They're all going to be Star Wars themed, leading up to the Force Awakens review. That's going to be our last video, so stay tuned for those. But this is going to be the last one of me sitting in the chair probably, so thanks for watching. Be on the lookout for the final Real Reviews episodes and our last edition of the competitive argument show, Real Debates, coming soon. Be sure to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment on, and share this video. Remember, if it's not reviewed here, it just isn't real. I'm Walter Benasiak, and I'll see you at the movies.